Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us on 13 Now, our new YouTube newscast that we're doing daily, 3 times a day. My name is Tessa Bentulan, filling in for Sabrina Dami. We've got another busy news day today, so let's get right into it. The Supreme Court has overturned the landmark Roe versus Wade ruling that guaranteed a constitutional right to an abortion. The 6-3 vote is a momentous break from a half century of rulings in one of the nation's most controversial issues. This means there is no longer a federal constitutional right to an abortion. Going forward, each state will have the right to decide whether or not they want to ban the procedure, and many states across the country plan on doing just that. And we are also getting reaction from many New York officials and lawmakers about the jaw-dropping ruling, including New York's Attorney General Tish James. She calls this decision one of the darkest moments in the history of this nation. James says, make no mistake, while other states strip away the fundamental right to choose, New York will always be a safe haven for anyone seeking an abortion. And Massachusetts Republican Governor Charlie Baker has signed an executive order to protect access to reproductive health care services. Here in New York, lawmakers recently passed and the governor signed a legislative package of 6 abortion right protection bills. The new law includes legal protection for abortion service providers and a bill allowing abortion providers and patients to keep their home addresses confidential. And our last breaking news story of the day, we're moving on to the fugitive who left an Albany County court, as you see here, and has been on the run for 2 weeks, is now dead. Michael Green has a standoff with police for 5 hours in Orlando, Florida, before he shot himself. This is some of the video from that standoff. The news broke late last night. Green was first convicted of attempted murder in the second degree and criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree in Albany County Supreme Court before he fled on June 10th. Those charges were from an April 2020 drive-by shots fired incident on Old Loudon Road in Colony. Green was originally released on a $100,000 bond at the time of the trial, and he actually appeared in court for all of his scheduled appearances until the afternoon of June 10th. So those are your news headlines for today. I'm going to bring in our meteorologist, Paul Caiano, to give you a look at your weather for the upcoming weekend and for the rest of the day. Hey, Paul.
Hi, Tessa. We've been waiting for some summer-like warmth around here. Finally, we're kicking this weather pattern back into motion, right? More of what we would expect for late June, first few days of summer. So
yes,
hope you're enjoying it.
I see some clouds behind you in the sky there, looking like Lake George is looking to be a beautiful day.
Yeah, it actually is quite beautiful. That's why I chose this shot. We can go ahead and take a look at that out on the CDPHP first warning cam. Just a gorgeous afternoon across the capital region, including here at Lake George, where it's now 78 degrees. We haven't been this warm since earlier in the week, and going back even beyond that, last weekend was pretty cool. So finally getting some lake days in here. 81 in Albany, 79 in Schaghticoke, now up to 81 in Schuylerville. So the warmth is starting to build in with that sunshine, as you might expect. First warning live Doppler radar shows the storm system that was plaguing us all week now tracking over the Maritimes. We're left with high pressure and dry weather, which will continue into tonight. So if you have plans, it's a Friday evening, right? Get out and enjoy it with some friends out on a patio somewhere. Looking good. Clear skies, no problems with any rain. Temperatures will be on the warm side, sliding back through the 70s and 60s the deeper into the night you go. Full sunshine tomorrow, just a few fair weather clouds out there. So Saturday, not only will it be sunny, but we're going to start to crank the heat into the upper 80s. You'll start to feel a little bit more of that summer-like humidity in place, and that will continue even into the day on Sunday. So we'll go with a high of 83 today with partly sunny skies, 61 tonight, mostly clear, and it looks like we're going to wind up back into the upper 80s on Saturday. Some folks touching 90, lower 90s on Sunday. Then you factor in the humidity, and it's going to feel a bit hotter than that. But you know how it is around here, up here in the Northeast. This heat doesn't last too long, and the next front comes through Sunday night and Monday morning, knocking temperatures back down into the 70s for the early part of next week. So was a little bit of the wait here this week, Tessa, for summer, but the warmth is coming just in time for the weekend, and then we cool right back down.
Well, I'm glad to hear it because I don't want to be wearing any more jackets in the middle of summer.
I couldn't agree more. Summer is for the pools and the lakes and just to have fun.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's coming at a good time. This weekend seems like it's going to add up to be a sunny, beautiful weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be perfect.
Perfect. So before we end the newscast, I want to end it on a little bit of a lighter note because, here in Albany and all across just the nation, we've had a lot of big breaking news. So we've got the good weather coming this weekend, which is nice. And then on also a lighter note, the Albany Capitol Center is going to host the first ever New York Rubik's Cube Championship. I mean, that deserves its own drum roll there because that's kind of cool. I used Rubik's Cubes as a kid, but I never really got into it, and I could never figure it out. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, I solved it before, but it took me forever. You put it down, you pick it up the next day, and then you just start to see these people that just go like 2 or 3 turns and it's done, and you're like, all right,
they're done in like 8 seconds. And I'm like, how do you do that? Because it took me like hours to like try and figure it out, and I don't have the patience for it. So I was like,
yeah, the same thing.
I'm done with this.
Somewhere somebody's laughing at me when they're seeing me going like this, and they're like, that guy's just done.
Well, if you want to be part of the competition, you can register online. It's going to be this weekend, next weekend, July 2nd, July 3rd, and then also on 4th of July. It's going to be starting at 8 a.m. each day, well into the day. All 3 days. It ends between 5 to 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. So if you want to enter, if you think you're good enough, you should do it. I won't.
I'll win the prize for the longest that it take me all weekend.
That's me. That would be me.
We'll be duking it out.
On that, actually.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So that does it for us on 13 Now. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. As I said, we're going to be doing this every single day, 3 times a day, in the morning, in the middle of the afternoon, and in the evening around 7 o'clock, right before our newscast. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us.